This is a story about the Egwonwu family, their pepper soup joint, and their son Benjamin. Peter Egwonwu owned one of the best pepper soup joints back then in the 60s. Nobody really knew the secret to his recipe, except Benjamin, his son. He would always spend time in the kitchen with his father because of those little pieces of meat his father would give him to taste. One very cute thing about Benjamin was his dream. His dream to become a banker. He wanted to be able to invest in his father's business and expand the pepper soup business way beyond his father's imagination. And everything came to pass. Benjamin went to the University of Benin to study banking and finance. He came out with a first class and then went to Unilag for his master's and came out with a distinction. And guess what? He became the head of the investment banking unit. He invested in his father's business. How about that for a great story? Only if it was true. The truth is, Benjamin's parents died in a car accident while on their way to the village for a burial. Benjamin dropped out of school because his uncle ran the pepper soup business down. He couldn't cook. He couldn't hire someone else to even help him cook. Benjamin ended up working in the same bank he wanted to. He was instead the head of security. At least he was ahead of something, I guess. During his 45th birthday celebration, Papa Benji decides to mark the day with something different for his colleagues. And so, he treats them to his special homemade pepper soup, made with his father's secret recipe. Everyone was blown away and asked for more, including a senior staff in the bank who immediately called to ask him where he got this really delicious pepper soup. He then gave him the brief story of his father's pepper soup joint and how the recipe had been passed down through the years. But he couldn't carry on due to financial constraints. Determined to see him push forward with the dream, he offered to help him secure a loan from the bank, which Papa Benji gladly accepted. And that was how the very famous Papa Benji pepper soup joint was born. This is Papa Benji's wife, Mrs. Obioma Egwonwu, a failed fashion designer who owns a shop right in front of their building. She has two friends who come to her shop to gossip. She hardly makes any sales, but she believes strongly in her fasting and prayers. And now, Benjamin. He's a first-year student of Unilag. He's the perfect description of what they call a Malian. He loves music, dresses hip, sags his pants, and all his friends are upcoming musicians. Now, let's meet these two best friends, Mr. Jiminus and Papa Solo, always at each other's throats. They are both pensioners and regular customers at Papa Benji's pepper soup joint. Mr. Pius, also known as Shortbread, always right there during the arguments and fully in support of anyone who's buying him drinks. This is Kunle, also known as K-Money, is the son of the landlord at Papa Benji's residence. Kunle is a wannabe Americana. He was arrested and jailed in America for drugs. People at home always wondered where he had been since he left the shores of Nigeria. But he lied to people back home that he was working undercover with the Secret Service all the while. Papa Benji is an online comedy series that tells the story of a very industrious Igbo man. It's all round fun, it's interesting, it's quite educative and very easy for all of us to relate with, and you definitely will love it. So thank you and enjoy Papa Benji.